go. We are officially live. Here we go. Here we go. All right, all right. People, what's going on? It's your boy Bob from Mentourme.com. We got a special guest in the building. We got Petit Beau in the building. People, Petit Beau Lounge is in the building. Good friend of mine. We grew up together. It's a blessing to see where this brother have gotten to, where he's coming from. He's going to explain his journey tonight. Shouts out to Perry being on this live with me tonight. Perry, thank you for the moment of having you on this live. Really means a lot. Thank you, my brother. Perry, where do we start? Where do we start? Okay, I want to say a couple of things before we even begin, okay? I want y'all to know, let's start here before we even get into the man himself, the legend, the barber himself, okay? We're talking father, entrepreneur, inventor, okay? People, you guys got to understand, a man of Christ. On top of that, this is not your normal people. This is a brother. Okay, this is not your normal individual, a barber, and he's good at what he does. People, welcome to Perry. Petit Beau is in the building. Please tell us a little bit about you, Perry. Tell us a little bit about you so we can understand who you are, where you came from. Tell us a little bit about Perry.
Greetings. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. It's an honor to be on Mr. Mentourme platform today. Me and Bobby, man, we grew up, man. We go way back. Almost close to being relatives. But yeah, I could claim him as my older brother, man. And yeah, just a little bit about me, man. Haitian family, Haitian descent. And both of my parents were just, 9-to-5ers, hardworking. The best thing they could do for me was birth me here in the land of opportunity, and just growing up, seeing them, work 2-3 jobs at a time. And sad to say, my mom, she's still kind of doing that, but the goal is to get her off of her job. So I come from humble beginnings, and today I'm grateful to God that I'm the first one in my immediate family that's blazing a new trail in entrepreneurship. And I know we're gonna dive more into it. So just a soft intro.
I really appreciate that. There's a lot of trades an individual could take. They could become an electrician. They could become a roofer. Why did you become a barber? What made you choose that particular lane?
Listen, growing up as a Haitian, they didn't take you to the young barbers. They took you to the poppies.
They give you the V tapes. You know
V tape, Batman tape, whatever you want to call it.
Correct.
So in 6th grade, I was getting ready to take pictures for the school yearbook.
Okay.
And it just happened to be I got a haircut from Papi, and my tape was leaning. So,
that sounds about right.
This is how my school year picture looked in the book. I was hot, man. I was really hot, man. And my dad actually brought home some walls, and they were just the clippers. And I said, listen, man, if I'm going to be getting some messed up haircuts, it might as well just be me. I'm taking the initiative of just messing my hair up until I figure this thing out. Mind you, there was no YouTube, there was no social media. But I took a chance on myself. I became my first client. But I did have a cousin that was pursuing the career, and every time I walked into the barbershop, I saw how cool, barbers were, man. And so that's where it started.
Now, you say the word, if I'm correct, your company, Perry Petit Beau Lounge. The lounge signifies, is there a bar energy in there? Is there, what makes it a lounge and not just a normal barbershop?
So, you got your typical, which is common barbershops with the sports theme,
Okay.
I wanted to, first of all, it's more than just a haircut. I want to create an experience. When you 100%. Come into the barber lounge, it's a chill atmosphere, it's real laid back. I'm still adding some pieces to it, but it's the experience more so than the haircut. you come in feeling heavy. My job is to restore men's confidence. You know, a haircut does so much for a man. It's like, a woman going into a spa and
Correct.
getting her nails done. For us, this is therapeutical. And so
100%.
I went lounge route because I want you to come into a space where you can just kind of wind down and relax and enjoy a haircut.
I love it. I mean, at this current moment, how many barbers do you actually have in your particular facility?
Right now, I have one barber, and
Okay.
I'm still building the team out. But me myself, I'm there every day.
Let me ask you, how long have you been cutting hair?
Man, you gonna expose my age, man. I've been.
hey, I'm 35. We should be around the same age. I'm assuming we should be
Oh,
around the same age.
listen.
I'm
Oh
35.
man, I called you big brother, and I got you by a year, man. My mama told me you were older than me, man. All right, so listen, yeah, I'm 36. All right, I'm pushing for
Oh,
37.
love,
I've
man.
been
Hey,
I've been cutting for 22 years, and then
impressive. Wow.
professionally over 16 years.
You know, being an entrepreneur is not always easy. One thing you did say, you're there every day, putting in the effort, putting in the work. What
Yeah.
motivates you every single day to be there every day to say, look, I'm coming in here for another day. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep pushing my venture, my startup, my legacy until it gets to the top. What motivates you every single day of your life?
Well, I know what my why is. My why
I can't let
is
me.
my wife. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you clear. Go ahead.
I know I've identified what my why is. My
That's a
why
blessing.
is my wife and my children and
Correct.
my parents. Somebody had to stand up and say, I'm going to be the one to make the sacrifices. I want to blaze a trail, because the narrative for, the household that I was brought up in
Correct.
is to get a 9 to 5. And
Correct. Yep.
entrepreneurship is not 9 to 5. This is every day.
Yeah, that's correct. you know, Not to cut you off, a lot of people don't understand when you just become an entrepreneur, you will be in the office probably every day. And it becomes a lifestyle working in your venture. The good part is that you get something that a lot of people don't tend to understand is the freedom. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
lunch breaks. You don't have time lunch break. You take a lunch break whenever you're ready. You have the freedom
Yeah.
of mind, that mental freedom. But continue, man. It's a real blessing. Continue.
Yeah. So, and also, I've discovered that, this is my gift and it's my purpose. And so when you discover your gift and your purpose, you never work a day in your life.
100% fact. I believe in that. I believe in that. I mean, this is the
Yeah,
same
man.
way. That's your gift. It's my gift here. I love educating people on entrepreneurship. I love building relationships with people. I love letting people hear other people's stories about how they started. Because a lot of people think, oh, it's only you, Bobby. No, it's a lot of people
Mhm.
coming from the bottom. Like we were the same church people, young dudes from nothing, zero.
Yeah.
Our parents
Facts.
didn't give us $1 million. We came from nothing. We
No.
worked in this system of this country, and we became something. And it's such a blessing
Facts.
because Perry goes way back. I'm very familiar with mother, his sister, and just it's just really a blessing to see you have gone this far. Tell me a little bit about this whole inventor side of you. What?
Oh man.
How did that come about? Okay.
So 2014, it was a really dark season in my life. A lot of people don't know. I was married before, and that marriage went south. I tried everything to hold on to it, and you can't force people to stay with you. So I mean, like I just lost everything, man. Was influence. Went through some church hurt, man. I was just in a really low season, and so like when you lose everything, it's
I gotta
almost like
trust me. Yeah.
like what's there's nothing else to lose. So if I'm gonna go down, I might as well like Les Brown say, land on my back so I could still
100%.
look up, you
Super fan
know.
of Les Brown too.
And so, like what I've learned is your mind is the sharpest under pressure.
Very
And
true.
when you there's nothing else, so I was inspired. I seen a brother, a family member of mine, and he had his invention, and I was just like, yo, I've actually met a brother, a black person inventor, and so I
Correct.
started, like, I'm like, dang, I'm working out, I'm putting weight on, and I'm just like, man, I'm going to come back, like, this is going to be my greatest comeback. And I started praying. I'm like, God, give me a witty invention. And so he gave me the wave glider. And so
Correct.
I was just brushing my hair one day, and naturally, when you brush, you trying to get them dogs in there. You
Exactly.
come
Everybody.
behind it with the left hand. If you're a righty,
Yeah.
you come
Correct.
behind it with the
Yeah.
left hand.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I'm just like, that aha moment hit me, like, bing, like, what can I create or invent that would mimic the same texture or close to the same texture as the palm of my hand? And so, that's where I went down this whole path. I made my own prototype. I went to Home Depot. I bought wood, and like, I made a silicone mold. I'm doing all this stuff, and then like 3 years later, I was able to get some professional help, and I was selling them out of the barbershop I was working at, and I finally, got it, um, CAD design and a sourcing company, and I was able to make some connections overseas, and here it is now. Also, I want to mention, we just made it to Amazon, and I'm excited
Impressive.
about that. Yeah,
That's
man.
a good market. I mean, Amazon has millions to billions of individuals, and I always say this quote. This is one of my quotes, right? If you could get to a million people and sell them something for $1, that's
Mm,
$1 million. The hardest part
facts,
is not making the million; is getting to the millions of people. As long as you
facts,
get to millions of people with a product that you can sell at a good price, that's quality, you'll be surprised. You're going to become a
facts.
millionaire. So for you to be on
That's
that path
that's
is a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, man. That's the goal, man. And like, I have to mention, man, like, I always see you online, and
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
like, wow, man, like, this is my brother, man. Like, it's
Appreciate you,
it's
man.
motivating, man. And so, yeah,
I really
I've been
appreciate it, man.
I'm just grateful to be in this space, man, and you know, to be
I
on your
mean,
platform, man.
it's I really appreciate you and many others that support the movement. It's still just like you. I'm still building. I started this idea 6 years ago, actually in the same church that we met, and
Yeah.
I can never forget. Before a pastor passed away, he said, Bobby, you have a gift. He says, the
Wow.
gift that you have, man, you should share your story. Teach
Hmm.
others about. Sometimes ask yourself in life, what have you done for people? And
Hmm.
sometimes what you've done for people is not always about money. It's about the knowledge. And I used to have a
Yeah.
lot of friends borrowing from me, using me, and whatever the case may be. And I
Wow.
said, man, let me start giving back education. Let me start
Yeah.
teaching our culture financial literacy. And a lot of people felt, man, nobody want to hear that. And it took some
Hmm.
time because I'm what makes me very unique. I love to speak on the honest truth. That's why I call my
True.
podcast the painful truth, because it's
Nice.
the painful truth will set you free. So I
Facts.
always want people to understand the truth about life so we can get better, because we love to hear what sounds good, but the painful
Hmm.
truth is what builds us to become better people and stronger people to be able to live a better life. So I thank
Facts.
Pastor
Facts.
Ogis to the T, because if it wasn't for Pastor Augustine, I mean, this wouldn't be the person you see here today. I'm gonna be honest with you. So shout out to him
Yeah.
and condolences. But let me ask this, right? You're a father, you're an entrepreneur, you're an inventor. You carry a lot of hats, right? You're a
Yes.
supporter, you're a leader. What are your challenges that you go through in your everyday world that some people may not see, or what some challenges you went through in the past other than your 2014 being an entrepreneur today?
You know, one of the areas that I really had to work on, and get stronger in it. It was a weakness for me. Was trying to please everybody, man. And
Oh, yeah, we all done it. We all done
just,
it. We
man,
all
that
done it.
that was one for me, man. Not being able to make decisions for my own self, because at the end of the day, I have to live with whatever decisions are being made for me. And that was a challenge for me. And now some of my challenges are not getting enough rest, like,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's the thing, like, this is the journey though, like, you're gonna sacrifice some sleep, man.
100%.
But it's just the drive, like, I me and you, we're no longer working for money, we're making money, we're producing it. And
100%.
so it's a whole different routine and drive that goes into that. I've gotten better with saying no, the art of no,
Oh my
like
God, that's so important. I'm
no.
telling you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Sometimes, as
Yeah.
great people, great hearted people, we always just want to say yes to everyone. We always want to help.
Hmm.
But sometimes you got to realize everything is not your problem. You can't solve
True.
every problem in this world. And sometimes I
True.
learned, let the man above do what he do. And I could only do what I do. And that's just the reality. But that was hard for me too, because I've always, people call me, I got you. People want, oh, Bobby, I got you. And knowing that I got appointments, I got things to do. Man,
Hmm.
Bobby needs some help moving. Everything was a yes, but then I had to learn. Now I'm quick to tell a person, let me get back to you on that because
Yeah.
I need
True.
some
True.
time to look at things. Let me see if I could fit it. Especially
Hmm.
myself, as you know, I just got engaged, so
Oh,
it's a different
congrats,
world.
my dog.
Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a different
brother.
world. I have a family now,
Hmm.
and that I'm building for myself, and it is just different
Facts.
for us to see things differently. So my time is just not my time anymore. It's our time. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I see I know what you're talking about. It's not easy. That's a tough thing, but it's like you want to be there for everybody, but it's
Hmm.
not always easy. Who was in your world of entrepreneurship, Perry, if I may ask, who was your
Hmm.
biggest influencer to you? Like, what person made you say, like, you know what, I got to do this. I want to do this. Like, you know what, like, what is there anybody you look up to it? Like, you know what, I'm glad to see that this person's doing this because without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Who motivated you
Man,
to do this? Like, who was that individual?
in my space, in my line of work or profession, I definitely have to say it's Wade Menendez.
Wow.
If you look him up, he's actually, a brother out of I think DMV, out of Maryland, and he was one of the first, black brothers I've seen to go viral for doing the hair unit installs for the men, aka man weave. A lot of people
Yeah.
um, identify it that way. And I've been the privilege to meet him twice, and he's a good friend of mine, and you know, uh, he really like changed my whole perspective in what I do. There's so much that was left on the table. I was like, you know what? What does it look like if I give my profession 120%? And
Oh
when I
man.
did that, my whole life changed, man.
It's very true. One of the things I preach to our culture about is the importance of having motivators. None of
Hmm.
us are perfect. Motivators are people that you look up to, mentors. Because again, there's a lot of negativity going on in life. We all know that life is not always easy. But when you have somebody that you could say you're inspired to be like, or you're inspired based on their mindset, their ways, their point of views, it really makes a dynamic difference to how we move forward every day in our lives. You understand? It really does. Shouts out to
Facts.
whoever that individual is. Because one thing I do love that you said earlier, which was so amazing, being a barber, it's really true. It's not, even when I go to my barbershop, my barbershop's store. It's my barber. It is an experience. We're
Hmm.
cracking jokes. We're talking about life. We're just catching up, and
Yeah.
it's like a brotherhood. And people think
Facts.
it's you're just cutting your hair. And I mean, sometimes I pay my barber $50 for a haircut, and people are like, man, that's
Hmm.
crazy. It's you just don't get it. Yes, I know the hair's going to grow in 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Or 5 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just an amazing experience to enjoy that moment. We got a lot of brothers that be in the barber shops. We're cracking jokes. We're talking about life. We're talking about similarities. We're
Hmm.
contrasting different particular parts of our lives. And it's just a great energy, man, to really be in a barbershop, man. I really want to say, Perry, salute to you. How can people
Mhm.
find you on social media when it comes to the world of Perry himself? What's your social media outlets they could find you on?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Petit Beau Barber Lounge. I also got another Instagram which is wave underscore glider, and on Facebook is Perry P Elias, and TikTok it's wave glider.
Are you even on TikTok? You on TikTok too?
Hey
I
man,
can't
listen
keep up
man,
with it. I can't keep up with it.
I'm
I
trying man, I'm
cannot
trying
keep up with
something man.
it.
You can't. I don't want to be left behind, man.
I'm trying myself too.
I
I
don't want to
finally
be
got
left
on TikTok.
behind, man.
It is life is real, man. To see this brother come from nothing to something, it's a
Thank
real
God,
blessing to
man.
have him in this particular situation today to give us some of his precious time. Because as entrepreneurs and as leaders, as innovators, I'm gonna be honest with you, your time is very valuable. And a lot of
Yeah,
us don't understand how important it is to one, believe in your dreams. Understand both of us that's on this live today started from nothing.
facts.
We believe in who we are. We love who we are. We understand our purpose. We understand our why, which is something I love that he said earlier. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, it really makes a lot of sense every single day for you to wake up and be great. It really
Hmm.
does. Perry, if there's any tips you can give individuals who are upcoming entrepreneurs, who may not know where to start, who are scared, or what's some tips you could possibly give those beginner entrepreneurs tonight?
Yeah, man. It's simple. You know, um, it's easier said than done, but don't think you're not going to be scared to make that first step. And even after you made that first step, there's going to be some days where you're shaking. But you have to know that the risk that you're taking now, it's not only calculated, but there's a great reward on the other side. And what you do is free yourself from the control of somebody else over your life. But
Very true.
it's going to require a lot of discipline. There's some days where you're not going to feel like getting out of bed. But
100%. Oh,
if you identify your why,
he ain't lying about that. I'll be honest. Woo!
listen, listen, your body will tell you one thing, but your mind is like, yo, we got to go. We got to go get this. And so,
100%.
I just encourage you, one important thing is a really big thing. You have to connect with mentors. And what does that look like? You may not know me personally, you may not know Bobby personally, but the resources that we put out, we can actually become your mentor by the content that we produce. And if not us, there's
100%.
other people, online or through a book or going to seminars. You need a mentor, because what mentors do is they show you the path to take
100%.
because they've already taken it. So you don't have to recreate the whole path all over. Just copy what they do and put your touch to it.
That's so true. You know, one of the things that I really appreciate at Perry that a lot of us tend to not realize, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, people.
No.
Sometimes the best knowledge you could get, a lot of us, for a lot of people that's on this live, some of the best knowledge you could get is to hear people's experiences, to hear
Facts.
people's purposes, to hear that these
Hmm.
people came from nothing, just like a lot of us, and they're here today, still going hard, still going strong. To
Yep.
understand that we've all fallen down and we get back up on 2 feet and keep moving forward every single day
Yeah.
of our lives. It's okay.
Facts.
You're not going to be perfect on year one. You might not be
Yeah.
perfect on year two, three, or four, but eventually,
Hmm.
like he said, on the other side, that gift is there waiting for you. All you have to do is have
Facts.
faith and believe. People, this your boy Perry, man. Perry's in the building. Perry Petit. Appreciate the love. Does anybody have any questions for my boy Perry before we get off this live? Make sure you guys go to wave underscore glider. He is on Amazon with his invention, getting your waves back. My hair is
Yeah, man.
non-wavy, I tell you that. But at the end of the day, I'm a father, a barber, an entrepreneur,
Facts.
and an inventor, guest speaker tonight to give us the gems, to tell us his journey, to tell us his purpose. Perry, please, thank you for being here tonight. May
Thank
God
you.
bless. Appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate
Appreciate you,
everything
man.
that you do. Keep being a great person. Keep loving and keep definitely growing in life. Mentourme.com. This is your boy Bobby. Shouts out to Perry, people.
Thank you,
We
Bobby.
are out. All love.